Welcome to the Cave residence in Tremont, Illinois. This is the Cave kitchen, and these are the Cave cabinets. And what you're going to be privileged to watch is a complete transformation of these cabinets, this kitchen, with woodfront. Dave, come on in and tell us exactly, first of all, how did you get this job?
Some 12 years ago, Dave, we did Mrs. Cave's brother did his kitchen here in Tremont, and they were very pleased. So they've had it in the back of their mind all this time. And last fall, they happened to see our infomercial that we did a while back and decided to explore the possibility of keeping these cabinets that were made by Mr. Cave's father in 1968. Try to keep as many of them as they can because they're very sturdy, custom made. As you can see, this is all one piece. Try to keep as many of these as possible and yet still have a new look, not only cosmetically in terms of what we're doing with hickory, but really a new design. What we want to do now is do a staggered look, an up and down look. So the first thing that's going to happen is this cabinet, through the magic of face framing, by using 3/4 face frames that will be made specifically for this project, will go all the way to the ceiling. And then in this location, we're going to actually cut out a section of this because a new desk cabinet is going to put in, where there'll be a couple of glass doors, there'll be an open place for her to put whatever she'd like, and then pigeonholes where she can put the mail and the phone book and so forth. Down below, the lower cabinets aren't going to be changed other than we are going to put in some rollouts for convenience. This will become lower and become a desk. We see we have the big
the heater here.
Register that has to stay, so we will just be putting in and reverting back both in depth and in height, and that will become a desk. That will allow them with a drop down and countertop, which will be a wooden hickory top rather than the new Formica they're going to do at the main level. Same thing over here. This will be bridged up to the ceiling, so there'll be a spot where they can decorate up above, and it will give it a much more current look, not only in terms of door style with the raised panel door that they're going to be using, but also with the staggered look. It will, of course, new hinges and handles as we always do. It will be totally transformed.
As we continue our view of before, how about up here?
Well, in this position over the fridge, this will be an up, so we're going to again bridge up to the ceiling. This one, however, is going to stay at essentially the same height, so that will be a down, again, being able to decorate. Over the sink will be a tremendous change because we're just going to get rid of all this. It's very heavy looking. There is a recessed light here, but he's going to move it up into the ceiling. So this will now be all open. The little whatnot shelves are leaving. It's an old-fashioned look, and we're just going to have this go all the way to the ceiling so that it has a more open, nicer look. And of course, with these two, because the same thing over here, this will be a down. This will be a down, then we're going to go back up again. And so that will give a real nice open feel. Even though we're adding to the overall cabinetry and the number of doors, it's still going to make the kitchen feel like it's bigger. Now down on the bottom, one of the things we noticed the home doesn't have, because in 1968, not many people had them yet, and that's a dishwasher. So we're going to be cutting in for a dishwasher, not in this position, because it's so close to the sink, but in this position. A very common procedure for us to do, cutting in for a dishwasher in old custom cabinets. So our crew will do these all the time. They will be able to open this up and allow for a 24-inch opening. This will become a tray cabinet where she can put her cookie sheets. The stove position is going to remain the same. And then over on this side, if you want to, of course, this is the portable dishwasher that's about to find somebody's dumpster. This will now be bridged across with a new 56-inch cabinet, 3 doors, 3 drawer fronts, or drawer boxes, roll-out shelves. And then finally, up over in this position, which has never had anything, will be a new 56-inch cabinet that will be made to match the others in terms of the size and the rails and so forth. And when it's all done, it will all be crowned. Crown molding will go throughout. Hi, we're back here at the Cave residence. This is day 2 of our installation. And this is Kelly Corbin. He's the project manager on this job. Kelly, I'd like for you to run us through what you've accomplished up to now and tell us a little bit more about what's directly ahead for you here at the rehab of the Cave kitchen.
Well, as you can see, we've widened cabinets, put new rails in. We opened this one up for rollouts. We've taken the posts out to give the split door effect, added face frames to the top to add more storage, put a nice little desk cabinet in. We had to cut it out from the original and put a new one in. We'll be sanding and paneling before long.
Well, let's go over to this side and see what's happening over here. Kelly, there's been good progress on this side as well. This is the refrigerator side. the sink, and of course the other things have done. So again, kind of lead us through it, get us
Well, you
up
can
to
see
date.
here, by the color of the wallpaper and the paint that we've cut this cabinet off 6 inches to establish more room for a larger refrigerator. Again, we've added face frames after we've taken the soffits out that used to be up here, the covered panel soffits, for more storage. And over here, we're just going to put a 4-inch rail with some fancy spindle rail around to give it that farm look, a country look. And then same thing over here, we've opened this cabinet up to put rollouts in. And then on over here, we've taken and cut a hole. This used to be a cabinet all the way to the end. We've taken it off and made a dishwasher hole, added another cabinet, made another hole for the stove, and added another brand new cabinet. And above where the stove's going to be, we put a cabinet for a space saver. And then in the corner over here, you can see the cabinet I haven't installed yet, but that's going to be going up in the corner.
Exactly.
A great deal of work has been done. Kelly Corbin is here, and I know you talked to Dave a couple of days ago, and things were a little bit different, but it's now starting to come together. What was the difference between a couple of days ago and today?
Well, a couple days ago, everything was pretty raw and in a really rough stage. All you saw was raw wood. Now we've got it covered with veneer. We put panels on the sides. We've hand filed most of the kitchen so far.
You got the veneer here, obviously, and you still have some work to do here.
Exactly. Here's a piece of the veneer. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like after this piece is put on.
So far, so good. Let's take a look over here. All right, Kelly, what do we have here?
Well, as I stated a couple days ago, we cut this cabinet down to afford more room for the refrigerator. We added a face frame to the top. As you can tell, once the doors are on and everything else, it'll look like it's always been there.
Let's move over here to the corner because I envisioned how nice this would look. And it's even more expansive than I thought. You've done a lot of work here in the last couple of days.
Oh yeah, we've gutted all the window trim, replaced the window sills, the casing.
Here, this is basically the same of what you had with Dave the other day, but you've made some additions over here.
Correct. This is this part of it's refaced. We added a face frame again. We have new cabinets here, 4 of them, so we can also add new cabinets if that's what you desire.
I know you've got to be thrilled, and the Cabes are as well.
Oh, the Cabes are elated. You know, when you start out a project of this scope, of this magnitude, you have expectations. You sure hope to at least come close to your expectations, but I've got to say, as they will tell us later, we exceeded all their expectations, both in terms of the timing and the efficiency, but mostly just the finished product. It's a beautiful kitchen.
We talked before about how this corner was going to look, and it's totally changed.
Absolutely. It was so heavy before with the upper structure that went across. Now with that out of here, we're not only able to do and accomplish the up and down look, that theme, but this is just such a nice open area. It accentuates the crown molding. We cased the windows as we talked about earlier. It's just a beautiful open feel that it has. The corner sink base, which stayed the same, now sort of gives it a statement unto itself with all that heaviness, without all that heaviness above it. We've got the dishwasher now built in. It used to be a standalone. It's in a great place functionally because with the sink here, it gives her a little bit of working room to use it functionally. The space saver now over the stove. Really good. It worked out a really nice work triangle, nice and tight in a big room. And as we continue to look around here, we see that the cabinet that completed the set with the countertop spanning all the way across. What a great workspace to have all that unbroken countertop. The completing of the upper over here to the covers taking the crown all the way around, and then we see that the desk is now completed. The pigeonholes, the open area, the little nook up above, and all this broad space that we've created by taking out the posts that separated the doors, making them split openings, the rollouts that we've put in as we saw during the construction. Not only is it a gorgeous kitchen, but highly functional, very efficient, very well laid out.
Now we'll hear from the customers. Let's hear from the Cabes and how they enjoy their new woodfront kitchen.
We're really happy with the end product. It's really met our expectations.
Dave really did mastermind it. We had ideas. I wanted the up and down look. His idea was to open it up above the sink there.
And they came in on a Monday, and by Friday they had her done and they were out, and we're just thrilled with what they left behind.
Our kitchen is much more functional now than it was before. I love the features inside the cabinets. There's one for trays that stand up on end, and I have 3 cabinets that have the pull-out drawers, which is really, really nice. And I also have a spice rack that is located right next to the stove. I would definitely recommend woodfront kitchens.